We'll stick it out until the house is finished. Then we'll sell it, get our money back, and get the hell away from each other.
Fine.
Buying a home can be really challenging and a lot of mistakes can be made. So how do you think buying a foreclosure would be? There are some pretty serious mistakes that people have made when buying a foreclosure, and I want to save you from making those mistakes, okay?
Aw, that's sweet.
You guys have been asking for more information about foreclosures, so I am delivering. This week, I'm going to share with you 5 tragic mistakes you need to avoid when buying a foreclosure. So here we go, guys. I'm delivering. Let's get started. As we all know, foreclosures can be an enticing option for home buyers who are looking for a great deal. And especially in today's housing market, here we are going into 2024 and the home prices don't seem to be coming down at all. And I don't think they ever will be. So people are now looking at purchasing a foreclosed home. Now, the other downfall to that, I'm just setting your expectations up, is that foreclosed homes are not as abundant as they were back in the great financial crisis.
Oh, thank God.
So, for example, in 2023, there were only about 270,000 foreclosure starts compared to the great financial crisis, about 2007, 2008, where there were 2.1 million foreclosures. You see the difference? So they're out there. You really have to look for them and be prepared. You are going to come up against some competition, but have faith. The right one will be out there for you. So let's get into this right now. Let's talk about what these mistakes people have made. Number 1 is skipping the proper research. This is a crucial one, and people just overlook it because they get excited. They're like, I'm getting a deal. This is great. I found a foreclosed home. Okay, that's great. First of all, the property's history. Why was that home foreclosed upon? Like, did the prior owners have financial difficulties? Was there an illness that, they had to then pay all these medical bills? Was it due to neglect? They just couldn't keep up with the house. I've seen that one a lot too, where people just they bite off more than they can chew and they can't keep up with the maintenance and then they can't afford it. And then they stop paying the mortgage. And yeah, you see where that goes. Once you understand the backstory, this can give you really valuable insights on the property. You also want to assess the property's condition. Walking into it, there are things you may not see as an issue, but if you bring a professional in with you, when you're going to check this property out, bring a contractor, they may see problems or potential problems that could be extremely costly. So I highly recommend that you bring somebody in like a contractor to walk the property with you, check everything out, see where the potential problems are, what the problems are, and then go from there. This way you have a full understanding of the condition of the property. I will remind you, the banks are not going to address any issues. You are buying that home as is. So you want to make sure you fully understand what is wrong with that house. Another step in the process is checking for liens and encumbrances. Wow, encumbrances. That's a word I haven't used since real estate school, and I finally get to use it.
Wow.
That's so exciting. Encumbrances it's basically outside parties who have, say, a lien on that property. Like, say those owners owe money to another party outside of their mortgage. So say there's a second mortgage on the house, right? Or there could be tax liens on the house. Oh yeah, seen that one too. As a matter of fact, quick story, when my husband and I were first married 27 years ago, the first house we looked at, we loved. When I tell you we loved it, we loved that house. So it was on the market for a few days. When we went to go see it, went to our real estate agent, we're like, yeah, I think we're going to buy this one. Like, we really love it. Come to find out, she came back to us a day later and she said, yeah, I don't think I would be buying this house because there are some major tax liens against the property. I'm like, are you kidding me? So I guess this is going back before they had the Zillow pre-foreclosure thing going on. And, obviously it really wasn't public knowledge, but she was able to find out what was really going on with the house. And so, yeah, we ran away from that house, and it was a killer. I love that house. Did I say I love that house? I love that house. But again, this is where the research comes in. You want to make sure you're not walking into additional financial burdens when you're buying a house, because people could end up assuming those tax liens. And yeah, no, we don't want that. Now, next on the list is underestimating the repair cost. Yes, there's a reason why foreclosures are sold at a lower price because the properties are in distress and they need extensive repairs. Again, going back to what I said before, you want to bring a contractor along with you to get an honest opinion and to get the builder's pair of eyes to look at this to see exactly what's wrong with the house and what it's going to cost you. This is a big problem that people run into. And I would also get multiple estimates with different contractors. And I will also tell you, if they say it's going to cost, say, $100,000, tack on another 5, maybe even 10% on top of that, because I can almost guarantee you, once they start doing the work, they're going to find other things wrong with the house that's going to cost even more money to repair. You don't know what goes on behind the walls, and you don't know what's going on underneath the floors. So when they start ripping things apart, guarantee you more money is going to come out of your pocket because they're going to find additional problems. So again, whatever they quote you, tack on some more money on top of that. Budget wisely. The next tragic mistake that you can make is neglecting the location. When you focus solely on the property, the price, and the condition, you cannot neglect the location, because what do we always say in real estate?
It's all about location, location, location. The closer you are to the source, the higher your property value.
Neglecting the location can be a costly mistake. This is one thing I tell my buyers all the time. They will fall in love with the house, but it may be on a busy street. It may have high tension wires behind the house. And I always tell them, I know you love this house. And you know what's great? You can make changes to the house. You can do whatever you want. But you know what you can't do? You can't change the location. So if the location isn't great, you are going to have a heck of a time selling it down the road. When you're researching the neighborhood that this house is located in, you want to look at the safety, such as the crime data. You want to see the proximity to schools and essential services. You also want to learn about any future developments that may happen in the area. Oh yeah, so I'm talking like go to the town hall and see if there's any future projects lined up within the proximity of that neighborhood. You also want to consider whether the neighborhood will appreciate in value. So you want to do some research on homes that have sold, see what they're currently selling for. And, if you're getting a good deal on that house, you put a little money into it, you could turn a profit. So that's super important. The next tragic mistake that people make is not working with a real estate agent. Yeah, when you're buying a foreclosure, I highly, highly recommend you work with a real estate agent. You really need to. And now look, I'm not knocking people who want to go about this on their own independently to find the foreclosures and, deal with the banks on their own. I get it. I get that. However, it's not that easy to do, especially when you get your offer accepted and you need to get all your ducks in a row to get everything ready to close on this deal. And the reason I say that is because once these banks take over these properties, they want a quick sale. Okay, 2 things. They want a good price and they want a quick sale. They want to offload it. They don't want to hang on to these properties any longer than they have to. So with that, you need to schedule your inspections, your appraisals. It all has to happen in such a tight timeline. You need a real estate agent to help coordinate that. Like I'm telling you, you would have to get a home inspection done probably within a day or 2 after your offer is accepted. And if you're going to get an appraisal done, you got to get that done right away too. I have seen foreclosure deals close within 30 to 45 days. Yes, because the bank just wants to get rid of it. Now, there are some stories you'll hear that where banks are dragging their feet. It could take a long time, but for the most part, they want a quick close. That's it. So having a real estate agent working for you to navigate all of that and get everything scheduled and managing that just takes all of that pressure off of you, where you can actually focus on, what you need to do to the house and working with the contractors and getting everything teed up to get ready for when you close on that house. Like you're ready to go and start making the renovations. Another thing that real estate agents can do for you is they could find opportunities for you that may not be so readily available to the public. So they may hear of a property that's, in a pre-foreclosure, and they can get you in there and help you make that purchase. So don't forget to work with your local realtor. The last tragic mistake you want to avoid is ignoring your financing preparations. Most people will probably get a loan. You can get a conventional loan when you're buying a foreclosed home. You can do an FHA loan. But I will warn you, if you're going to use an FHA loan, the home that you're going to buy, it needs to meet the FHA appraisal guidelines. There are very strict guidelines when they're doing the appraisal. And if there are safety issues or like major repairs that need to be made, you're not going to get that loan. That's just how it is. And I hate to say that. Like I said before, the bank's not going to make any repairs for you. It's doable to get an FHA loan, but just be aware of that if the house needs extensive work, you're probably not going to get that loan. Now, I will tell you that there are a lot of cash buyers out there that are buying up foreclosed homes. Now, and I'm not talking about, the greedy corporate investors. Yeah, they're out there, but not so much. I mean, you can have like your regular run-of-the-mill, private investors that will buy these homes for cash, and just your regular average person has cash, they will buy it. Now, if you can only do a conventional loan, I highly recommend talking to a lender who offers a program where they'll put your loan through underwriting during the pre-approval process. So you're actually approved for the entire loan when you're ready to go make that offer. Yes, they exist. And I highly recommend that you would talk to a lender about that, because you can then compete against somebody who does have cash. Look, I'm not guaranteeing it's going to work every time, but it does give you a little bit of an edge if your loan's already through the underwriting process when you make your offer. And if you need a name of a lender that can help you with that, I got a great connection. So leave me a comment down below. Let me know if you'd like that information. I'll be happy to share that with you. So avoiding these tragic mistakes will make all the difference in the world when you go to buy your foreclosed home. But if you want to know where to find some foreclosed homes, I highly recommend you watch this video right here. It goes into all that detail about where to exactly find foreclosed homes. Thank you so much for watching me today. My name is Jackie Baker, and I will see you next time.